Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be creating these really cute kiwi cards. So first I took my sheet of watercolor paper and I'm making donut shapes. Who doesn't love donuts, right? And I'm just painting them with water. My water happens to be a little dirty because I did my sample card right before this. But clean water's better. And I'm painting these donut shapes, leaving the inside without water and the outside with water. Then I'm taking my watercolors and I'm taking this color straight from the pan. And I am painting the outer edge and letting the water do its job and taking the color. These paints are Magello Mission Gold watercolors. And this color is a greenish yellowish color. You can use any watercolors you have. They don't have to be these particular ones because these are just higher quality watercolors that I got over time, and I started with the cheap brands. And I'm painting this on Canson XL watercolor paper, which comes in a pad of 30 sheets for about $6, and I cut each sheet into 4. So I make about 120 cards, 110 I'd say, with errors and cards that I don't really like, and I throw them out. But otherwise, the cards turn out, you get a ton of cards for super cheap. And I am going all around the fourth of the paper, my sheet of paper, and leaving the center blank for my greeting. I'm going to write a greeting that has something to do with kiwis and being sweet, but you could write anything, or you can even leave them blank if you want. And then I'm taking this dark green, which in this set is Hooker's green, and I am painting around the center circle so it wicks out and the light green wicked in. Super easy. You don't need any skill for this. Like, anybody can do this. Just follow along and do this. So I'm doing that to each and every one of the kiwis. And then I'm going to let them air dry. You can heat set them with a blow dryer or craft heat tool, or you can let them air dry like I did. And once they are completely dry, I am going to take my palette. I'm going to turn it around so you guys can see, and I'm going to take Indigo from this particular set. The Indigo is my substitute for black because higher quality watercolors don't usually come with a black. And instead of mixing it, I just decided to go very simple and use it. Because it's dark and rich in color, if you use it straight from the pan, it looks like a dark blue or even a black. But the key to making sure the seeds look right is to make sure your kiwi parts are completely dry. If they're not dry, the colors will mix and it'll look like a green, brown, blue kiwi. And I'm just adding little dots around that center of the center part. The dots don't have to be in any special order or any special way. Just little dots around the center, and once the dots touch each other, sometimes they make bigger ones, you know, when water drips. I am using a Robert Simpson's watercolor brush. It's a size 6 round. You could use any brush, it doesn't have to be this particular one. And once again, all the supplies used will be linked in the description below if you ever want to use the exact same supplies I am. So as you can see, I left the one kiwi blank without seeds because it wasn't fully dry. Now I'm writing my greeting with a Tambo Fudenosuke brush pen. This is the hard one. They come in a pack of 2 with a soft and a hard one. And here I am using the hard one. And I'm writing have a sweet birthday. Like I said earlier, you can choose any greeting to write on this. For calligraphy, the one suggestion I have is make sure you keep your downstrokes thick with lots and lots of pressure and your upstrokes thin, like barely touching the paper. This gives it that cool effect, and this is not specifically calligraphy, or it's calligraphy but it's not cursive. It's a mix of like my handwriting and cursive, just kind of how I write now. And now I'm going back to that one kiwi and I'm going to do the seeds. However, as you can see, it was still a little wet for my liking, so I dabbed it with a paper towel. And it didn't take away any of the color because the color had already pretty much settled into the paper. Now I'm going to add the seeds on this last piece, and we're ready to put it on our card front. I always like to have paper towel on hand because you can always dab your brush on it or pick up some color from the paper if you put something where you don't want it. So I'm going to exchange it for a dry piece. And this one I painted earlier. So first I flip it over and I add my adhesive, which is glue dots, which are by the brand Zots. These are the medium size. They come in a green and dark brown box. And I add one to each corner. I find that these work really well. They work better than tape runners that I have used in the past, and it's so easy to adhere. Now, this is a piece of Staples cardstock that I cut in half, and I folded and adhered my card front to it, and voila, you have your card. Now, I choose to add a little special something to my cards. I handwrite a little saying on the back. Thanks for watching.